Everybody. This is the iPhone 16 Pro Max versus the Galaxy Z Fold 7. All right. So there's a lot of people right now who are in this situation right now that is trying to make this decision. Should they stick with their iPhone that they probably already have, either whatever model it is, or they should get the new flashy Galaxy Z Fold 7? Now, I have both devices, and both devices are to me. I like both. I like to have both, But some people, they when they get their phones, they're able to only get one phone, or they just like that brand more. Me, I like all brands. For me, that's just my perspective on that part. Um, Now, as far as the Z Fold 7 go, being that this is that newer device, now, this is my first fold. I never owned a fold a day in my life. I always seen them. I always thought they was just like bulky. And I used to work for Samsung a long time ago. About 5 years ago, I used to work for Samsung, um, the Galaxy experience person. But I still always had an iPhone at that time too. iPhone was the first like that I had first before BlackBerry and all that stuff. But this phone was the first phone that sold me and that had me intrigued to want to get a fold because of the thinness, the much wider front screen. Because the other phones always like kind of aggravated me how like slim the phone was. I didn't like that. And then the fact that when you open this opens up to an 8-inch tablet. Now I've been like just like killing it using it in this mode like all the time. Like this. But the only thing I have to say, it does feel weird in public. Like I was in the theater when I went to go see Fantastic Four, and it so happened that's the same day I got my phone on the 24th. And when I'm like there, it's got one person sitting on one side of me, and then another person sitting on the other side of me, and I get to opening up the phone, and I'm like this. The person thinks none of them didn't say anything, but I just felt like the whole world was like in my phone because it's so big. The screen like there's no privacy at that point. I'm like, oh my god, I better not click on this. I better not click on that. That was my mind at the time when I was thinking about when I had my phone open in public. But now, other than that, this phone right here has just been amazing. I mean, it's been great. Now, I have the Galaxy S25 Ultra. That's what I'm actually filming this on right now. And I've been debating about keeping this phone or like keeping the Galaxy S25 Ultra or just sticking with the Fold. I'm thinking about just going to keep them both because the main thing for me for the Galaxy S25 Ultra is that 100 times zoom, and I love taking like the moon shots and stuff like that. You can't really get that on this phone because this phone still has it only goes up to 30, and the quality is not that great when it comes to the zoom on this phone. Not quite yet. Now it does have the Galaxy S25 Ultra's um, 200 megapixel camera, but that's the good part that you can get those regular shots can be great because you can also go like this when you turn the camera on, and you're able to put it in the mode like here right here. You click on it right here, then you can flip it over, and you literally can take you a photo with you can literally take you a photo with the camera that's on the back by doing it that way. I'm sitting here calling people and stuff. All right, so that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. Now, when it comes to iPhone, now this is still to me. I mean, I like Apple. Yes, Apple has their phones and stuff has been a little stale as far as the same kind of almost the same kind of phone for the last few years. I'm running right now. I'm currently running the iOS 26 developer beta on my phone. I've been running that beta since day one. I mean, the beta's been nice. At first, it was very very bad. The liquid glass on this screen was looking so terrible. Like they definitely had to do some changes. It was not looking great. It really wasn't. And so when you first do it like that, you see how that right there, how that reaction is. I mean, I like that, but at first when you do it, it looks kind of like jumbled, and then it clears up and everything pops like that. Now, as far as now, if you want to switch and try out this phone, don't let other people like bully you or talk about like how the whole green bubble thing, the whole iMessage thing like that. I understand, it makes the group messages and stuff a little better for a lot of people, but don't let anybody bully you to the fact that they're making the choice that you want to do if you want to try out a different kind of phone. It's okay to try out a different phone. There's nothing wrong with exploring. Because RCS is the main thing now. Anybody who uses Android should be using RCS unless your carrier does not support RCS. So all the Android phones should be using RCS. And it does make things a little bit better when you're using RCS to RCS. So I'm going to try to see if I can do a text message to myself over here. I got to clear out some stuff over here. 1 second. Now, let me see, where is that? Right here. Clear out these. One second. Got some stuff to have my address on it. Alright. So like now, I'm gonna say, hey. And then I'm gonna say, so you see now I'm messaging on my Samsung to my iPhone. You can see me, you can see my bubbles all popping up right there. I'm gonna say hey back. And then I'm gonna do it again. You see it again, just going down the action, you can see. Then I'm gonna send it. So you still get that kind of stuff right there. And you get to send like high quality photos to each other too. So you don't gotta worry about like the photos being like very bad quality. When you're using RCS to iOS now, to iMessage, you're definitely getting better quality when it comes to sending text messages and stuff to each other. Now, compared to thickness, you see these two phones are pretty decent, but you can already see when it comes to unfolding the phone, the thickness is definitely different. Now, the other thing that other people are saying, now it is true, that wobble is crazy. Apple had one. They kind of wobble too, but it really doesn't wobble as much as this. That camera bump is very significant. I mean, the camera bump on here is, you could definitely see the difference. Like, those camera bumps are crazy. So like I said, from these two here compared to these two, it's up to you. But if you're wanting to try something different versus this phone right here, this is a 512, this is a 512 as well, looking at about $1,400 for the 16 Pro Max at the 512, unless there's some kind of deal going on, your carrier offering you a deal. This phone is of course $2,000. Um, my carrier had a deal. I was able to get. I didn't make any trade-ins or nothing, but I was able to get $500 off of the phone still, and that's with Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Mobile always has some kind of discount off on the phones. So, like I said, it is night and day compared to what you want to do. As far as what you want to do is using the phone. And if I want to go to like, that's how the music look on the phone. And I use the music on this phone as well. But there it is. Now, it's your choice what you want to do. You want to keep your iPhone, or you want to go with the Galaxy Z Fold. You have your choices, or you can just go get both to have the best of both worlds. There's nothing wrong with that either. But there it is. You guys have a good one. Peace.